Okay people, now let's continue our quest through the castle. Hopefully we will be able to kill Dracula this time. Now, we have Belmont leading the pack, as usual. Now, just that you know, using Belmont you only do that for two reasons. One, the main fighting. Two, because he can take most of the hits. So that's why you'll be bringing Belmont through a lot of obstacles if you know that the jumping is not too tough. Well, you need a lot of fighting done. That is the purpose of using Belmont over here. Now, this is one of the strangest boss, which is supposed to be one individual bat, and after whacking feet for a few times, it become more bats. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying. I mean, swarm attack. Now, just for once, I'm glad that I have the Holy Potion, because the arc move actually benefits because the bats actually spins around. And that's it, we have passed it by just a few steps. Now if you are using a whip or other weapons trying to kill the bat in this way, I'll tell you one thing, it will take you lots and lots of time and it may not be worth it. Okay, Belmont will bring his thief friend over here and we will be going through certain part. Okay, now using a thief is only for one purpose. It just allows you to go through a platform, and when you come to the boss, stick to the old part by changing to Belmont. Now, some people will ask, is there any situation that you will not be using Belmont and other people to fight? Well, I will use Schleifer sometimes if, let's say, a magic power can, let's say, make things go in just easy one run. But, yeah, I mean, that's the case. And, whoa, I'm fighting Dracula now. And just that you know, this is one of Dracula's ability where he can, let's say, form and, let's say, split up at the same time, which is kind of annoying. And, does he do that actually in the original Dracula story? I don't think so. He only changed to one bat. We didn't expect him to change to multiple bats. That was a Castlevania own, let's say, creation. And you can see based on his movement, the hit detection is kind of tough. So yeah, you have to be careful. But just that you know, most of the time you'll be using potions, which is actually, let's say, a drop hit attack, which does set benefits over here. Now, sometimes in this case, it's better off for you to use the whip, which does benefits. But I just think I want to use potion, so I'll be using potion for a while. Now, is there any other character that I can use beyond Belmont? There is, and we are all waiting for him to appear, which is I think coming out soon. Okay. Oh. Now, if you thought I was fighting Dracula, then I tricked you. It wasn't Dracula. It was Dracula if you, let's say, read backwards. For now, we are picking the most lovable or likable character of Castlevania, and sadly, he is not a Belmont. Well, now we have befriend Alucard, the good son of Dracula, which is actually the most coolest character of the entire game. I mean, admit, he is the coolest character of the entire game, no doubt. He is so cool that later in PlayStation, he had his own game, and that is actually the peak of the entire Castlevania game, known as Symphony of the Night. Now, just let me show you what he can do. First thing first, Alucard can change his form into bats. He got magical attacks, and one more thing, he actually have, let's say, he is actually much more stronger than Cypher herself. Just imagine a mix between both Cypher and Belmont at the same time. Not to mention, his shape-shifting abilities will make platforming much more easier than the thief itself. So, because of this, and let's say because of how he was being created and designed, Alucard become the, let's say, most likable character for very obvious reasons. And I just need to put it this way, my first experience of Castlevania was actually Symphony of the Night, and I need to point out that I was slightly disappointed when I see Alucard's design over here. Why? Because his movement is a little bit clunky. On the other hand, the way he stands, he moves, seems like he's a clumsy magician and not the Alucard that I know. The Alucard that I know uses a variety of weapons and he is kind of badass. Alucard over here is a magic weirder, and I admit, sometimes I think his magic is not as strong as Cypher herself, but at least he can take a few beating. And just put it this way, this 3-ball shot is kinda useful, and not to mention actually it does not eat up your magic points. I mean, it's a range attack, and in platform games range attack are always favorable. Now you can see changing the back allows me to let's say come to the other side, so I can fight this guy at a safer distance, which makes things easier. But on the other hand, I need to point out, actually in bad form, you do have a problem of not being able to attack, which is kind of a sad thing. Now, the Alucard here definitely look different if you are compared to the next week version, which actually the entire character got his new design when they are in PS, where they have better graphics and they took a good advantage on it. Not to mention, he is a vampire. He should be tall, skinny, and let's put it this way, sexy looking. So that, I mean, once they got a chance, it is hard to see why they won't go that path. Okay, now let's go to the next part where our thief will be leading the group. Now just let you know, in Curse of Dracula, everyone has a role to play. It's not that say that you don't use this character, you don't use that character, the game won't proceed. And now here we are fighting the, let's say, skeleton dragons that actually link themselves to a wall, which you can see quite often in Castlevania games, and this is one of the favorite characters for one stupid reason. Because once you kill him, right, you'll be collecting a lot, and I do mean a lot of magic power. And at present, he is the boss over here. Which you can see the whip is actually not very efficient because it only can hit at one direction. Not to mention, any touch that you have on the floating skull over here, you will be receiving damage, which I mean the range attack comes in here quite usefully. Now just this way, if you are using Alucard over here, things won't be that tough. It's not that tough. And here's one thing you do notice: as time passes by, the dragon grows thinner, which is part of the Castlevania game. And they have one thing over here which I really like, and you are seeing it now, is once the boss is being half defeated, or let's say near to death, the game will start to cheat by, let's say, pulling out something from nowhere, and you need to learn to adapt to it. Which I admit is cheating, but just let you show, if you can survive this, let's say, trick over here, you are kind of badass, which we survive. And just let you know, we'll be seeing the skull later. But anyway, we still need to go past this area here. And yes, as you see, allowing stars. Yeah, you still need to play A and up to go up there. Not a very good choice. So, come to the top area, and here he's back. As short as ever. Okay, more whipping will do, more whipping will do. Fire potion again. Not to say I like the fire potion, I always pick the fire potion. It's just there, sometimes you accidentally just pick it for no good reason. Oh man, I really hate this potion over here. Okay, and we have this force defeated. Let's go to the next round. Okay, we are still inside Castlevania, so where shall we go? Yeah, I mean, once Alucard around, he's leading away. Belmont sort of becomes a secondary character. To the extent, even in the next week's version, everyone was looking forward to see Alucard. I mean, there are people who are Belmont fans and looking forward to see him, but let's face it, most of us are there for the vampire, which, just put it this way, is far more better than Twilight. I need to put it this way. I mean, this needs to be said. And here we are again fighting the Frankenstein monster, and you can see how efficient Alucard can be. I mean, it's a range attack, we don't need to, let's say, go so close to him. So we are always, let's say, keeping ourselves safe. Yeah, social distancing in the old days. And projectiles, yes. I can't emphasize this more. As long as you got projectiles, life got easier. And since I'm talking about projectiles, I need to point out something that our fellow game designers like to do, is they like to, let's say, nerf down projectiles until it's kind of, let's say, weak, or let's say sad. Which is not done in Castlevania, it's done in all games because ranged weapon is kind of OP. So that's what they do. But on the other hand, if let's say you are not a very good player, stick to ranged weapons. And since I'm talking about this, right, believe some young ones will be asking me, hey, since you're talking Alucard is using ranged weapons, he got, let's say, a reasonable about hit point, why don't I use him most of the time for the game? Is that a good idea? I would say no. Why? Because Alucard got one problem, is his movement is kind of clunky, and he cannot take as much hitting as Belmont. So if let's say you're a first time gamer, taking Belmont would be a good idea, but I mean there are a lot of time and situations Alucard ability comes into check. For this instance, you really want to, let's say, jump the platform all the way to the top, yeah, go ahead, be my guest, no one stop you, but it's going to take a long time. But once you change to the Alucard, so let's say bad mode, everything become a breeze. Okay, let's see what does this ghost want to do. Okay, open the door with two mummies coming out attack. I have no idea why mummies are inside Christian coffins, or Christian caskets, but what the hell, this is an NES game done by Japanese who have no idea about the culture they are talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I have no idea, don't ask me why the zombies here are shooting their cloth as projectiles. I mean, based on the number of cloth they shot out, shouldn't they be running out of cloth by now? Oh god. Alright, die you fucking gym zombie. Yeah, one thing I need to point out, the projectiles are not very efficient. It does provide the heat you need, but it may not give you the damage points that you want. Okay, that's the end of the first one. Let's see what the spirit will be summoning for our next challenge. As long as it's not mummies, I will be Hey man, what the hell is that? There's one odd looking Frankenstein monster with fire on his back. Okay, same usual. Keep a distance, throw projectile at him, keep a distance and throw projectile at him. Now, some people may ask, okay, if I'm not able to throw projectiles, and I don't have any weapons in my hand, does that mean I'm defenseless? It's a little bit like you're playing Starly, you're using all the other characters, but you forgot to strap on the weapon pods, or you have forgot the R-Wing wings exist, you will not be able to even shoot a saliva drop just to defend yourself. Yeah, I know nowadays saliva drops are scary, but in those days, a saliva drop only means insult, not much of a big deal. And oh god, now I'm fighting a giant demon. Oh yeah, I've been fighting so long that I didn't even notice the boss changes. Okay, come on, really? Oh my god, I mean, keep on tapping this, it's kind of getting tired. So I'll leave Alucard and you in this fight, and we will be seeing each other in the conclusion of this game. See you then. Okay, now let's see what we can do. Keep on shooting, keep on shooting. Oh, finally he's dead.